Hi, I'm Dan Gable with Shore Murphy and Associates of Casey, and this is another episode of Big Agent in a Small Town. This week, we're going to be talking about what a cyber insurance policy covers for businesses. As business owners, obviously, we're all very busy and have a lot of things that we're concerned about. The last thing we want to hear about and where we cringe is when we hear we've been hacked. And one of the first questions, obviously, we're going to ask is, do we have insurance for that? So the first thing I recommend is take a look at your commercial package or business owner's policy, and you're normally going to see an exclusion for cyber liability or confidential information. So you're going to find that there's either no coverage or very limited coverage under your regular business policy. So this is where a regular cyber insurance policy comes into place and why it's important for businesses, because you're not going to have much coverage, if any, on your base insurance policy. So then, and we get to what kind of claims could you have that would be covered on a cyber insurance policy. And broadly, there are two different types, third party and first party. And we'll briefly go into an overview of those. Third party, it would be when someone has gotten access to personal information from a third party through a hack into your system. So what I think about a lot with this is in the news, it will be large retailer or had a hack in their system and had up to 60,000 customers' information compromised. And where we've seen this in the real world a lot of times is a lot of people I know I've received in the mail before a letter saying, and your information could have possibly been compromised. You can sign up for free credit monitoring for up to 2 years to make sure that there's been no issue. This is exactly the kind of situation where a cyber policy responds, where or if personal information has been stolen and there's a financial injury to a third party, the cyber policy is going to respond. They're also going to respond to the regulatory requirements of required notification letters, credit monitoring if needed. So those are all things that can be covered on a cyber insurance policy. Another way for third-party information to be compromised is, let's say someone is able to hack into your computer system and through getting access to your system is able to get into a customer or vendor's computer system and get third-party information from their sites. That kind of network compromise would also be covered with that third-party coverage. Again, covering any kind of financial injury suffered, the required notification, which can be very costly as well too. The next kind of claims, and this is where we're seeing more and more claims in the industry, is first-party coverage. So injury directly to your business through a data compromise. The most common way of where we're seeing this is what's called social engineering or funds transfer fraud. And this is things like someone sending a wire instruction that looks completely legitimate. You pay it, you find out days or hours or even days later that no, this is fraudulent, but you're already out the money. This is where a cyber policy can respond as well too. Another major thing we're seeing is cyber extortion, where you get a message of, if you don't pay X amount of money by this time, and we're going to crash your computer system. The cyber policy responds in this situation as well too. So now that's just a broad overview of the type of claims you can look at. Every business is going to have unique exposures, obviously. But what happens if you do have a claim? What's that going to look like? One thing I recommend you looking for or on any kind of cyber insurance policy or quote that you're getting is make sure that claim is going to be handled directly by the company, meaning that The company has vendors that they work with. They're going to pay directly rather than a reimbursement situation of where you have to try to find your own vendors to help you through the situation you've never been through before and then get reimbursed by the company. And a lot of companies will also have what they call a breach coach, where it's someone to hold your hand and walk you through each step of here's what you need to do, here's the vendor that you need to contact to help you with this. Because hopefully this is something that you've never had to go through before, and with going through it this time, you're not going through it alone. You have someone with knowledge to help you through it as well too. As I said, every business is going to be unique with their cyber exposures. So if you would like to discuss your situation individually and what options would be available, I would love to do that. Feel free to comment in the video, or also reach out to me by phone or text or email. By phone or text, you can reach me at 217-932-2267, or my email is Dan, D-A-N, at ShoreMurphyKZ, ShoreMurphyCasey.com. Please like this video and subscribe to our Shore Murphy & Associates of KZ YouTube channel. Thank you.